Hi, I'm Betsy Rosenfeld with the Center for Governmental Studies. This is Proposition Preview 2008. Here with me now is Christina Locke. She's with the Yes on Prop 11 campaign, and she's the policy advocate for Common Cause California. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's get started with why Californians should vote yes on Prop 11.
Yep, Californians should vote yes on Prop 11 to remove the conflict of interest of politicians picking and choosing which people are going to be in their voting districts. So right now politicians get to pick and choose who votes for them instead of the voters getting to pick and choose who they want to elect them. We think this is a major conflict of interest that needs to be removed.
How would Prop 11 seek to remedy that?
Prop 11 removes the conflict of interest of politicians drawing their own lines by creating a citizens commission to draw the lines. The commission will have to be knowledgeable, diverse, and independent, follow strict mapping criteria when they're drawing the maps, and follow a public and transparent process.
Okay, now what do you say to the other side's arguments that this is not an elected panel and their arguments that this is not fair?
Well, Prop 11 is supported by everyday Californians who want to see change, not the entrenched special interests to oppose this measure.
Who are a few of the supporters of Prop 11, aside from Common Cause?
We've got over 1,700 citizens groups, seniors, Republicans, Democrats. They include the League of Women Voters, AARP, the NAACP, the League of Cities, all the major newspapers in California. The list just goes on and on of the people who support Prop 11.
I interrupted you a little bit, so let's go back to the arguments for Prop 11, if you can put them out for us.
Sure. So Prop 11 basically removes the power that the current legislature has in picking and choosing their own voters, basically picking and choosing the winners and the losers of each elections. Prop 11 instead gives voters a voice in the process and really makes voters vote matter on election day.
Okay, so what would you say to the opponents' arguments?
Well, I think the opponents don't understand that Californians want change. Californians are sick and tired of politicians who aren't accountable to the voters because politicians running in districts that were made specifically for them. That's why we see incumbents winning in every single re-election race that they run in. And so they don't have to work for Californians' votes. They don't have to work to solve the major problems that face California. Prop 11 changes this by removing that conflict of interest. Politicians no longer get to pick and choose who votes for them. It gives.
How do you say, when you say pick and chooses who votes for them, can you clarify that?
Sure. So right now, after every census, every 10 years, the legislature basically draws their voting districts. They sit down and they map out what population is in each district that will then vote for Assembly and Senate.
Okay.
So they get to pick basically which regions, which cities, which counties are voting for them.
Okay. Now, for our last question to wrap up, what would be the biggest impact on California if Prop 11 passes or it doesn't pass?
Well, if it doesn't pass, we're going to see 10 more years of the same. We're going to see 10 more years of gridlock, of politicians not being responsive to Californians and Californians' needs. If Prop 11 does pass, we're going to see a true, open, and transparent redistricting process, which will translate into elections that are about the voters and the voters' wants and what the voters want from their elected officials. And that means that politicians are going to have to work for the votes of the people and be more accountable to California.
Christina Locke, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck on Election Day.
Thanks.